Hi everyone, welcome to 2019. Hope you all had a fantastic new year and a fantastic Christmas. I certainly did, that's why I am now on my new year diet and detox. But it was good while it lasted, but yeah, enough's enough. So last year I put Eleanor on the jig and I done a lot of footage for that. So she's on the jig, I just didn't get around to editing the footage. So the next few videos I'm going to show is about putting Eleanor on the jig. Not as straightforward as I thought because it wasn't a standard jig I got, it was one I inherited, so I had to adapt to make do, and I've still got a few bits and pieces I need to fix on it, a few welds I'm not happy with, but bear with me on that and hopefully it benefits someone out there, like I said before, either by me building it or by my mistakes. If you have a look at my last video as well, I'll put a link in, but what I was doing with that is I'm giving away a few prizes, a giveaway just to say thank you to you guys for watching and supporting me, so have a look at that because I'm keeping it open until the 20th of January, and I want as many of you as possible to have the chance to win this, because like I say, you guys take the time to watch, I enjoy making this, but just a little thank you. So yep, I'll pass you back to my younger self from 2018. Hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome back to Eleanor's Restoration. We're looking at the assembly of the jig. So if you've watched my previous videos, then you'll know that I got a job lot with a mini shell and the jig came with it. Otherwise I was actually looking at building my own one. This came free, so I'm not going to turn down something free. It came partially built and it came missing some parts, so I'll show you basically what I've got. So the section I've got here was marked on at the time, so I knew which was which. It's for the back that attaches to the rear shock absorber mounting point, and likewise at the front, which attaches to the holes for the subframe. The one A-panel, A-frame here for the back, which is, as we can see, already partially assembled. It just needs a few other bolts and things for it. The other one's still inside the shell. Just for space I've kept that in there just now. So I was missing quite a few bits off the jig. What I done was I contacted the company rollerjigs.com via email, and then I spoke to them on the phone. Really helpful guys there. I went through what parts I needed with them and they gave me a price for postage and the spare parts and got them posted. So all the nuts and bolts that I should need for it and what was missing, shims etc, should all be here, I'm hoping. So I've got that, I've got this, it's just a case of getting it all cleaned. You can see bits of it got surface rust on because it's bare metal. A lot of it's dirt, see it just comes off. But I'm going to give it a quick wire brush and I'm going to give it a coat of black hammerite paint just to keep it looking nice, as I usually do with all my stuff. I'm not going to show you me painting it because that's boring, so I'll get it all cleaned, painted, and then once it's painted I'm going to go through the assembly process of getting Eleanor on the jig. I don't know how long it'll take to build this, find out together I guess, but yeah, I'll go and get this cleaned and painted, and then I'll need to order some parts while it's drying, and then I'll come back to you when I'm ready to go. So before I even go near this with the jig, I'm going to brace it up. I'm going to be removing quite a bit of metal when it's on the jig and I need to make sure that it's solid. Obviously the floor's not fully in the middle, but here it's screwed a few bits, but yeah, so it's not the strongest and I don't want it distorting, bending, warping, anything like that. So I have got some inch by inch 2mm thick box section, and it's just a case of measuring, cutting and getting welded in. So where am I going to put it?
there's not any rule to where to put it, it's just where you need it strengthened up basically. So the main bit I'm looking at, I'm going to put a new bar. I did have one on here but it wasn't welded as good as I would have hoped, so I'm going to put a bit from here to the other B post, so I've got strength that way. I'm going to look at putting one from the top dash rail to the back here, just to give it strength this way. And because I'll be messing around with the A posts and the inner wheel arches at some point, I'm going to put another bar back on from here to here, and likewise on the other side. So that'll hopefully give it enough strength. If I feel that it is flexing, then I'll just take the strain off the jig and put some more on, but it's obviously getting strength at the moment from the roof. It's getting strength from the lower dash rail there, although that might change depending on how much work I do to this. The tunnel has given it strength, but if I do a full new floor, that's going to be away. So yeah, I just need to consider all this, but I'm going to put those 4 bits on just now and get it on the jig, and then once it's on the jig I can assess what work's needing done. I'm not going to remove too much at a time because it loses strength every part you remove. So here it is at the moment. I've even given it a clean so that when it does go upside down it's not going to drop rust and crap everywhere on the newly painted floor. But I'm not going to film welding the bracing in either because you would just get in the way and it's not very exciting. So what I'm going to do is just clean up some of the metal, get measurements done, get the box section cut, get it welded in and get some acid etch on to stop it rusting while it's bare metal, and then I'll come back to you when we see how that's went on. So I'm going to call it a day for just now. I've done half of it. I've done the one front to back and side to side. The welds, they're not the prettiest, and I don't want them to be the prettiest because these are coming off, they're just temporary. The main thing with them is penetration, and you can see I'm getting decent penetration here. So yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not a professional welder. I'm getting better every time I do it, and by the time I'm done with Eleanor I hopefully should be half decent because of the amount of welding that's needing done. So yep, I'm going to call it a day there because I've said previously when you start to get tired, just stop, take a break and come back to it, which is what I am. So next day I'm just going to do the 2 on the door because this needs shaped slightly to get on here, and yeah, I'll come back to you once those 2 are on, which will be a blink of an eye to yourselves. So that's the bracing complete for now. I might add more later on depending on what I cut off, but as you can see here on the other side, sidebars are on. I wasn't fussed about the prettiest welds as long as there's good penetration, and I had a few issues up here with blow through, which I've tried to cover with weld at the moment, but that will need replaced, fixed later on. But like I say, it's the penetration I'm more concerned about. On to the other side. So side here and here is the same. Now that's all welded and solid, I'm going to make a start on the jig. So yeah, let's go. Let's get this jig built and let's get this car turning, hopefully. Right, so getting back to this after it's been painted and dried for quite a while now. Show you all the other ongoing projects. Bag of bolts, I've got the instructions given by Roller Jigs, and I've obviously referenced some of the other videos out there. There's going to be variations in the jigs out there, people make their own, there's variations of what you can buy, so they're all roughly the same idea, and the plan is just to give you an idea of what kind of support I'm using on this, how it turns out, and then yeah, so you can either do your own, and you can also add in any tips you think might help others along the way. So let's get started with this. Right, the front part, I'm going to do basically the front part and the rear part on the car first, then I'll do the support frames after that. It's not too bad. The one I've got here That's part of the one I inherited. As you can see, it's quite short compared to this picture here. This is what you would normally get with the kit. So this has been cut quite short, and it's obviously done to save space because the normal one comes out by about just under a metre. Takes up quite a bit of space. When the end's cut off here, this one will be fine. I'll make the support bracket underneath a bit awkward when I get to that, but I'll work my way around that. So this one, first one, goes through each of the subframe mounting holes, and the way it does that is this bolt underneath using this. So basically I'll put a washer on that, then that goes under, that comes from underneath and spreads the pressure, washer on top and a nut on top, same on both sides. Tighten down, and that's pretty much as the front end is at this stage. So the way it goes, you want this side to be flat against the cross member. Make sure there's nothing foul in it, otherwise it'll sit at an angle, so make sure it's clean, the cross member. So we've got the bolt, washer, spreader plate. Let's try and get you a better angle. Through there, get a washer. And we're getting the nut. I'm going to hand tighten these just now. Once it's all assembled, that's when I'll tighten it up. It just gives it manoeuvrability. So same on the other side. So there's the front support section on. So as you've seen from the picture I showed you, this support bar that goes onto the steering rack mount normally goes on there and comes up and attaches on this when it's extended. I don't have this extended, so I will need to see where I am once the front's on. I need to create my own support method for this. But normally, like I say, it would normally go on here. The bolts for the steering rack, like so, and then it would sit and attach onto this when it's extended. I'll try to cover every eventuality, just to make it a bit clearer for anyone that's attempting this. Right, the back section. This is the part I have. And this photo here is what you would get in the kit. So as you can see, this sits in here. This attaches on through the mounts and the wheel arches. But you can see from the photo I just showed you, I am missing the top support bracket, which is the bit that attaches from here up to the parcel shelf. and it then attaches through holes in the parcel shelf, just giving it extra rigidity at the back there. So I don't have this bit, but I do have box section, so I'm just going to make up my own just by basically measuring, cutting 2 bits of box section for here and here, welding uprights, cutting a bit along there, and getting it all bolted, holes drilled, bolted in, and that should be enough for that. Right, so I've done the bar that goes under the parcel shelf, basically bolt washer through, secured by a nut on the other side. Then I'll look at attaching it to the lower bracket. So holes I've went for are these ones here. Just gives me enough space either side, so this one here and this one here. As you can see, it'll fit on the underside of the parcel shelf just like that. So I'm going to attach this finger tight at the moment just to give me measurements, etc. And then I can look at the lower one and get it all attached. Holes are drilled here were just 10mm. So that's that secured underneath. The next plan is to get some plates made up to go over these holes, one on this side, one on this side. Then we can look at getting an upright box section to weld onto the plate, and then weld on the underside of here. But I think I'm going to call it a day for there. I need to get a few supplies, drill bits that I've snapped, cutting discs, etc. Just all the bits and pieces I need. So yeah, I'll call it a day there, and we'll pick up where we left off next time. So as always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!